want to work on those traps, guys. There's no traps.
Did you see Quake 4 years ago?
I did. He's a big boy now. He's always been a big boy.
Yeah, but
Now
this
he's
is
a man.
This is different, though.
What the hell are we talking about? What are you talking about?
4 years ago, he was a bit more heavy set, and he basically he shifted the mass into the right places.
Jesus. All right, I'm going to take a 2-minute break to not make any dirty comments. Please go ahead and start us off
in the draft.
So it looks like we already have.
It was a compliment, guys.
Jesus
Christ. Help us, Pug.
There's a Void and a Lifestealer. Okay, yep. Standard bands. You know, Lifestealer may be a little bit different, but we did see what was it? It was Liquid beat Alliance with that Lifestealer the other day. So that's not too strange to see that band out, I guess.
Our
just
last
how strong it is, or no?
Last guest said that Lifestealer was the best hero in the game. He thought right now.
Arteezy picks it like every game in his pubs, right?
Yeah. So does that mean it's the best hero? Was he right?
It's got a built-in BKB. He's self-sufficient. Pretty good. Unexpected. The thing that actually was pretty clever the Liquid was doing a lot was the way they used the Infest the other day.
Yeah.
They weren't doing like normal Infest bombs. It was like, I think it was Alliance sees like an OD porting in alone, so they kind of play up on him to go on him, and then a Lifestealer pops out of the OD that's TPing. So it's like they're doing some cheeky tricks with it.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
Him.
So we're gonna see a Warlock picked up. Yeah, some teams too. Some teams have been picking him. I mean, great counter initiation, right?
Yep.
Pops in, good matchup too with people that can go globally. Just slap it down.
I think you make a great point though. It's counter initiation.
Yeah.
But why would you pick it first?
Because
before anything else.
They really like it, right? Synderen loves to play here. I know you guys were telling like, the way he like threw the rocks a couple of times. I know you were flaming him a bit.
No, never.
Never? No, okay.
Never.
Never mind then. Just kidding.
Okay,
but maybe they were. They might just like it. It's a strong hero in general. Fatal Bonds is ridiculous how much damage it outputs. The upheaval is also all of his like skill sets are very strong. He's just a kind of like. He's like a position hero. You just have to be in the right spot and you can excel really well. It's not like super high skill base. It's like, man, that was a really good Fatal Bond that he clicked right there, you know?
Yeah.
Just took out the whole team.
I mean, sometimes they're good. Did you know Fatal Bond stack?
Yes.
With Refresher?
Yep.
That'll destroy anybody.
That is pretty scary,
it's
actually.
really ridiculous. And spooky as well. You
Yeah,
know,
it's double
everybody
trouble.
saw the picture, you know?
It
You see
was
the little
scary.
spooky faces. all over
Too
the place.
scary.
Yeah.
October.
I think it's also kind of like a... I think it might be a little bit of a like preemptive play too, since everybody's been... like going back to like the illusion thing. I know MP brought back the Naga carry, which is everybody's like, oh no, please no. But like Shadow Demon, it's falling a little bit out of favor, but Fatal Bonds work so well when people are trying to siege. And we do see the other two picks, which obviously was Batrider Dazzle. Batrider super high win rate, even though he's been nerfed constantly. And we were all like kind of shooting the shit upstairs, like seeing like, why did this nerf not really hurt Batrider so much? And it's because like, it hurts him, I guess, like in his own like personal factor, but in the whole scheme of the game, he's still the same concept.
He does the same.
You jump in, you lasso, you pull the guy out. Okay, sure, Flame Break doesn't stun, but
You got other heroes to fill the gap.
You have other, yeah, exactly.
And there's such an important part of winning a team fight is getting that separation off, you know, cutting somebody off from the rest of the team. I mean, what do you do? A lot of these strats in the current meta are all built around having one guy do all your work. That guy's out.
Yeah.
You're in trouble, baby.
I like the Slardar pick too. They already see like the Sand King's banned out, the Batrider's picked up, Faceless Void is banned out. Most of the offlaners are pretty much gone already that are in favor now currently. So grabbing the Slardar, it's just strong in general. Gives them the roast potential always. It's always helpful.
Yep. Does it give anything away about what type of lanes either team is going to go, these openings?
I think you kind of know the Slardar is going to be offlane, right?
Yeah, but in terms of are they going to run an aggressive tri-lane or not, we've seen a lot of teams going for the dual lanes and aggressive tri-lanes.
Yeah, I mean maybe. It's still pretty open-ended. Surprised to see the Drow actually made it through, but they do ban it out in third.
Yeah. Why ban Avenge? Avenge is hardly picked up by anybody these days.
Just the Bat, right? Just for the Batrider so you can get free lassos.
Oh, right.
And then it's also like the Venge and Slardar, it's lots of minus armor for the Roshan.
Oracle is still in though.
Yeah.
Oracle is still in.
And
that's
Abaddon.
Really fair, but but like think about it, like Oracle with Warlock, like Abaddon with Warlock. That's if those are the two supports, that sounds very awkward already. You're playing around like no lockdown from your supports at all.
Who needs lockdown, dude? I mean, come on, that's
you got upheaval. You
just upheaval and then Abaddon with an orb of venom. That's all you need to win it off lane.
Why not just pick Omni Knight and max degen aura? Hey, here you go, dude.
That's
just pick Omni Knight
every time. Why didn't you just pick Omni Knight? He does all those things, but forget it. I mean, don't pick Omni Knight. He's horrible.
He's already ruined anyway.
Yeah, don't nerf him more. He's a shit hero. Don't pick him.
Nah, OP.
Oh, stop, Fox. Not here. Do that on your own time. Okay. Next pick coming out from Team Liquid. Dazzle? Why? Is it just to counter the negative armor? Is that the strat? Yeah.
It's just a solid safe pick. Counters that. Just yeah, it's just safe, strong hero.
Now this I really don't understand. Now I'm not a smart guy, but IO against Warlock is horrible, isn't it? You jump in and if you could get instantly nuked, and your initiation is poo-poo.
Maybe they're looking to just force the pressure in the laning phase, like the Batrider kind of can pressure in a way, and the Wisp can make the moves all over the place. Kuroki's been pretty consistent about the way he moves, like with Bulba. They always make like their kind of like duo moves together, moving around the map, and Wisp kind of just naturally brings that out in your team to put the pressure on in the laning phase. So I can see that reason, but that also is a good reason why Wisp can kind of hurt, because if he does get caught in like in Fatal Bond or something, or like amplified damage, he's just like, I'm dead, guys. Yeah. Like, get me out of here. Yeah. So
free food. Let's see what Escape Gaming does to reply against that, because yeah, they basically already have a bit of a counter towards that.
Yeah.
They got to show their own plan rather than reacting to Team Liquid's plan, which in a way helps Team Liquid maybe, without revealing much of their own plan.
Oh,
so you were saying
offlaner, yeah,
right? Offlaner, yeah.
Well, we've seen support Clockwork, maybe not know what.
We've seen support Slardar. We've seen core Slardar.
We've seen support Slardar. Interesting.
And we actually saw Digital Chaos at TI bring the support Slardar back. Yeah, Misery, where he basically was a 4, and he moved into position 3, kind of.
He kind of just
he just took a lot of farm for himself.
That was some ancient Team Secret stuff. That was amazing.
Exactly.
Oh man,
it was great.
That was funny. But Clockwork, huh? I have not seen this hero. I forgot he existed. Fog.
I did too. Actually.
Tell me about him.
And
why?
it's also Bulba's playing versus the Clockwork as well. So I think that's pretty. That's pretty juicy.
Good. He knows him well.
He knows the ins and outs completely of that hero.
Okay, so why did they pick him up? Are they just looking for a way to kind of pick people off in this match?
More counter initiate, right? Yeah. They have the Warlock, whatever. Let's just go all in on the counter initiate. No, it's maybe they're just trying to. They can just still be trying stuff out. They're doing quite well in Dreamleague. Maybe they've been trying it out in some scrims. It worked out well for them versus like the Batrider and stuff. That's kind of like old matchups that we've seen, like Batrider versus Clock. I feel like you see it like all the time. It's like or like used to see it all the time in the previous like years. But I don't know. It's a little bit curious to me because I don't feel like it synergizes so well with Slardar. But I guess we'll see what they opt to go for with the next few picks if they want to go more physical oriented.
I was not expecting to see anything out of the ordinary these 2 days for all the teams that are playing in the regional qualifiers, because normally you want to save that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I actually was just expecting lots of like illusion heroes when I got here. I was expecting just like the Shadow Demons, the Alchemists, the Lunas still.
Naga.
Even though like they got hurt. Yeah, even though the nerfs have come out for those heroes, it's like illusions are just still so powerful in my opinion.
This is Dreamleague, baby. This is where the magic happens, right? It is. Save your boring Luna Shadow Demon drafts for the major. We want to see some action. That's a Marauders.
Even before Shadow Demon, last pick for Escape Gaming. Then all the first 3 heroes of the cores, and nobody would have ever predicted that. We actually did see Warlock mid a few times.
We did, and it was, it was Alliance that played it, right? It was Limp.
Yeah.
He got the refresher that one game. They did lose, but he had a pretty good performance.
Hype, though.
Yeah, it was hype. It was pretty hype. It was like the Rapier game, right? That was the Rapier. But that was
I would have definitely gone either way. So, I mean, Muerta and Clockwork, I'm starting to see a little bit of synergy, Nice cogs and arrow. I'm still trying to figure out what he does in this lineup, but
I'm still trying to figure out like what Escape is trying to what they need to bring their whole lineup together, because it looks a little bit weird still to me. While Liquid's, even though they lack like that frontliner to hit buildings or anything, they kind of just have all these like magic damage dealers which get countered a lot by BKB. They still need that frontliner, but overall you can see like what they're kind of going for. They have high sustain with the Wisp Dazzle, Timbersaw. They have their initiation. While Escape, they do have the initiate and the counter initiate. I feel like those heroes have trouble like actually dishing out the damage and getting into bring out their full force versus Liquid's lineup.
Yeah, God, I didn't even think about the sustain. How are they ever going to kill Timbersaw? They got a Dazzle, a Wisp, and then unkillable Timber already. Oh,
I'm telling you, Warlock mid, Slardar safe lane, Clockwork off lane, and pick up Ancient Apparition last.
Let's see.
AA would be great. That's actually a good call.
And nobody would have seen it coming.
That's a
so now we have 3 offlaners picked. So
okay. So that's a jungle Clockwork. Everyone
has to be the offlane Clockwork.
I see offlane Clockwork, Slardar safe lane, and the Beastmaster mid. Unless you want to put
Beastmaster mid.
Unless you put more Beastmaster, unless you go full greed, right? Put Beastmaster in the jungle, put Mirana mid, Slardar Warlock safe lane, and clock off.
Yeah, I think that's the jam.
Mirana mid, you said, right?
Mirana
that's what I was thinking.
Beastmaster jungle.
Beastmaster loves the jungle. That's where the animals live.
He used to love the jungle.
Huh. What do you think, Fog? You're
I'm perplexed.
Smart one here.
Ben Wu would say I'm flummoxed right now.
Flummoxed.
Yes.
Flummoxed.
There's a word I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's like angry but confused or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ben's better at
But are you
English.
angry?
I'm a little bit. I don't know what's going on.
I could get angry.
I was looking at all the drafts and I was like all of the recent days. I'm like, yeah, this looks pretty normal. This looks pretty normal. This looks pretty. What the hell? Look at this one today. We have Warlock, Slardar, Clockwork, Miranda, Beastmaster all on one team.
All one team.
That will show you for doing research.
Yep.
Just do what I do. Just show up. I don't even know who Team Liquid is.
What does Liquid need to
That
bring?
doesn't surprise me.
They still need. They need either a Miracle or a Matumba hero.
Yeah.
So there's what? There's the Slark left. There's the Storm that they played the other day, and Escape doesn't really have that much lockdown. Storm looks pretty decent. It's not a good base breaker, but they have sustain.
You do have a lot of sustain. And pair it up with a Wisp, that might not be too bad at all. I mean, that's a lot of global stuff you could have going on there.
Okay, so they go for Sen. So that's more kind of like sustain, but they have some that's I guess the counter for the Slardar type in a matter. But now I'm really worrying for Escape's damage output in this game. Just it's going to take them a long time to ramp up, and Liquid has so much sustain and different aspects.
Now I know they have a weird draft, Escape Gaming.
Yes.
But are they going to win? Who are you going to select? Is there's like boxes appeared on the screen, and you got to choose Escape Gaming or Team Liquid.
What are you going for? Because that's what they're going to vote for. As soon as you say it, everybody's going to go on the train. They're gonna be,
no, we are selecting.
This is for us. Oh my god!
Yeah. So I am selecting Team Liquid. Let's do it, Liquid. You can do it. I believe, Owen, that they're on the up, and this is not a pothole.
Yep. I think with that Bat Rider, they're going to be able to have some pretty nice initiation. So I'm going to go with Liquid as well. Sorry, Escape.
I got to go Liquid as well.
Okay. All three Liquid. Do our commentators agree, and are we right? It is time for us to find out in the first game of the day. Liquid versus Escape with OD Pixel and Gods.
Prepare for battle.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Asus RG Dreamleague casting desk. I'm OD Pixel, I'm here with Gods. We're ready to take you through the series of the day, and the first series, of course, being Liquid versus Escape Gaming. The game has started, so let's kick yourselves into it. And indeed, Gods, let's talk about the draft, but let's talk about this, the Yappy Clock.
Yappy, full position clock. It's been kind of here or there in the support position, very situational. And a bit of what kind of Fog said, with good counter initiation. Good kind of hero that you can just throw at the supports. Go into Dazzle, force them to use like a preemptive Grave or something, and just be very disruptive early on. I mean, Cogs for the mana burn can be very annoying to deal with as well. So, very kind of useful utility hero in some ways, but also hard to utilize hero because of just how weird he fits into the lanes when he is a support.
As you say early on, and kind of building on that, looking at these drafts, Escape Gaming, if they fall behind and Liquid end up getting a kind of a 6, 7, 8, slotted Matuma Man Sven, it's really going to be very hard for Escape Gaming to come back at a later stage.
I feel Escape has to have a great early game. If they don't come out of the early game and go into the mid game with an advantage, they're in trouble. They're not going to be able to contest the Sven's farm. Something that Fog pointed out was that damage output's going to be an issue. You look at the frontliners in less the Bat Rat, but more the Timbersaw and the Sven. These are two very tanky, hard to kill heroes, and they've got the backup of a Dazzle with heals, Io with heals. A sustain is really hard to burst through, so Escape need to basically have a kind of farm and lead to deal with these heroes. Otherwise, come late game, they have no chance.
And looking at the mid lane at the moment, of course, Miracle, a very, very a player that's very, very flexible in terms of what heroes we've seen him be bringing back recently. Rubik mid, Batrider mid, of course, something that we have seen being done, but obviously not every game, and still is prioritized
Top lane, they're going in.
Oh, indeed, they're diving the tower and looking towards Kuroki, but Yappy Clock, the supports kick it off, Sin and Yapso. But yeah, this mid lane matchup, Miracle on the bat. Do you think this was the plan all along here from Liquid, and to have the Timber on the off lane, or is there a reason why they've decided to set it this way?
It's flexible, and I imagine they looked at it like where they want to have Miracle more in the tempo controller, since they're going to pick a kind of greedier farming carry. You want to run you don't want to run like a kind of farming mid in the Timbersaw. Your two safe lanes, quote unquote, the mid and the safe lane. You don't want to have two greedy farming heroes there. So they're putting the Bat mid just kind of helps protect their lanes a little bit. It guarantees that Batrider will have levels as well as farm, and then he can kind of take control of the mid game a bit better.
And of course, looking at the side lanes, the fact that we've got this dual off lane from Liquid, Mind Control, I guess it's a relatively nasty tri lane to be up against, so he does need KuroKi's backup on the Aya here to survive.
Giving Cernic uncontested free farm safe lane always dangerous. For now, Dazzle's going to hang around as well, which is, I think, good ultimately, because he can stack the jungle, he can pull, get some levels himself. Basically, they're playing the farm and efficiency game. They've already farmed the big camp on the side. They've been using the pulls here. The lane's at the tower with 5 creeps at bottom, but no one's here even leeching experience. And this is a lot of lost resources for Escape. The trade-off is that Kezu is getting free farm in the jungle.
Yep.
Like, he's going to have a very fast level 6 and all that, but this is still just a lost opportunity to contest the Sven's farm and, at bare minimum, at least leak some XP.
And top lane, again, Mind Control being gone on. He does self up, but it is going to be cancelled with a Fatal Bonds damage. And as Creeper's hit, they're trying to hide in the trees, but Yapso coming around, drops the cogs. KuroKi will be able to tether out, but Mind Control left behind here, and he actually survived this. Well, with the Shadow Word damage ticking him down, it's going to be close. He pops the stick charges. He's going to look to deny himself. Isn't going to make it, though, as Error comes in with the crush and guarantees the side of Escape Gaming first blood.
Yeah, nice bit of play there. Bit of a costly kill for Escape, just with how much mana they had to use there. Both Era and Syndra are completely depleted on mana and have taken quite a bit of
He's got a mango
damage
though,
too.
Gods.
Yeah,
He's ready for
done.
Anti.
And Sin probably just going to suicide, I think. Just start adding up to that death tally of his. But for now, he doesn't want to go anywhere near the Liquid heroes. But yeah, he doesn't really do much in the lane with no mana, so unless he's going to bring out some more regen, it probably is just best that he suicides at some point.
And talking about being in the lane, the Yapso. Obviously up top at the moment, trying to disturb it as the clockwork. Is he just going to stay up here until he hits 6? Could he actually get anything else done across the map in other lanes, or does he have to sit top?
It's a bat mid, so you can't cogs him when he's got Firefly. He can just always fly on out. So kind of an annoying gank, lane to gank. Bottom lane, you're not going to have the levels to gank a Dazzle Sven lane. You don't have the teammates. Perhaps around the Beastmaster's level 6 you could. But yeah, I think playing these 4-position heroes like, well, I guess here Clockwork, but in the past we've normally seen them with heroes like Mirana or Kunkka. Your general bet is look around the 3 lanes and choose the lane where you can have the highest impact. And looking at this game, it's definitely, to me, top lane. Mid lane is just too hard to gank. You're not going to get kills. Bottom lane is even worse. The highest place where he can have impact is the top lane, and second place is probably the mid lane. So he may go for a surprise move towards mid, but I don't see him heading towards the off lane, at least not until Kezu six himself on Beastmaster.
And what is the plan here, Gods? Because you said yourself, giving him some amount free farm on the Sven, always a risky move, but Escape Gaming must have a plan. They must have a way that they're going to play around this and get to a point where they feel it doesn't matter that the Sven's got free farm, we're still going to kill him. What's going through the mind?
Plan is to get a fast 6 on Beastmaster and have him roam around and do a lot, as well as continue to crush this top lane. They've dedicated 3 heroes they need to win this lane. Yeah,
and it looks like they're about to get themselves a second kill, unless the KuroKi heal and backup's going to be enough. In fact, Mind Control turning around doing a fair bit of damage. The Shadow Word, is it going to be enough to bring him down? No, but KuroKi there, the backup, is more than enough to keep Mind Control alive. Mind Control might think about going back in. Error's relatively low, but comes back in with the burst. They'll take it. Mind Control tried to go back in, potentially looking to be a little bit greedy there with the plays, and Escape Gaming, they're able to punish it, get a second kill in the safe lane.
Yeah, just too greedy, trying to push his hero to the limit there, unnecessarily so. But I think he had an edge and an opportunity to make something happen. But again, this is coming at a bit of a cost for Escape. They're going to use a lot of HP and mana to get these kills. So Syndra does have a clarity up there now since dying and coming back to the lane. Era himself has the mango.
Look at this. Oh, he didn't go for it. Is he? Yeah, I think he's checking if there's anyone behind him. Nice little awareness there from Yap to drop the cogs. Otherwise, he could have been dead.
Wow, that was some sick sense from him.
Yeah. Syndra, though. Era is in the neighborhood. Miracle's going to try and go for it. He's got the back of Mind Control and KuroKi coming through, and Cinnamon will be punished. Liquid get themselves their first kill of the game, and Miracle ready to try and lead forward for more. Has the lasso available, so to cut across the tree line, and he should be able to find it here. The flame break back will... No, wait, Miracle kind of stutter stepping there.
Need that sprint to end, and it has.
And with that, a good crush from Era, he's still managing to get himself out. TPs are coming through with the moonlight. I don't think they get this. Era's going to be okay. The Shadow Word heals there. Now Escape Gaming may look to try and turn this around. KuroKi has got a tether, so he's going to be hard to take down unless they can just change that and get a bash. Potentially gets shoved down. He's still alive with KuroKi.
Whoa, what a play from Yapsaw. He goes into the neutral camp to get the cogs push. He couldn't actually get in there to right click because Slark, it's such a narrow path. Only the Slark can fit inside to hit him, but they don't get that kill with that nice play from him.
And that mind control.
Forward thinking.
Up top, he doesn't have any backup. Kuroki's gone. He's been surrounded by 3 and Escape Gaming. They're going to let to get themselves another kill. Kuroki now back in the lane. Will come in with the tether. It's not going to be enough to save mind control. And Escape Gaming making this top lane look absolutely perfect. I mean, Miracle obviously came in for a rotation, manages to kill off Cinderin, but other than that, well, you can see he really wants to try and make something else happen here. Along the tree line, he can't really do anything about that. Flame Break wouldn't have stopped it, and Lasso, he couldn't quite get in range, and Miracle, maybe a player frustration, he's trying to find something up here, but he's just not getting anything.
Yeah, he's really pushing it to find these kills. He realizes his team's just not doing as well as they would have imagined in that top lane, and his rotation proving unsuccessful. So Liquid, not the early game they're hopeful, but I feel like this is the early game Escape really needed, because without having a good early game like this, they would have been in a lot of trouble, but they've played their lineup very well, very aggressively. Yapso's been the big playmaker that everyone always looks for him to be, and he is the guy that kind of fulfills that role on Escape as far as finding kills, finding openings, and exploiting weaknesses in the opponent's drafts and lanes, and so far, so good for him. He's been a big playmaker, now looking for perhaps for his level 6 sometime in the next kind of 2 or 3 minutes, but will be rotation up top.
Kuroki just hiding up in the tree line. He is going to be there to come across and give mind control the heals and the backup. I say that. Kuroki, where is he? There he is. Will allow mind control to get himself out. They're still going to try and attempt to chase this one down, though. He's too far back, and with Bulba turning up to the lane, they can look for the turnaround. The ball's come through, slap Yap in the face, and the clock will fall. And we'll see mind control again, pushes the hero to its limits. We'll see if it pays off this time. Jumps in with the chakram onto Cinderin. Cinderin going to turn around, and with the bash, keeping Kuroki low, but the Grave comes out just in time for Bulba, and mind control this time will be able to get the kill. And the thing is, he may pay with the life of Kuroki as Era's trying to come in across. They will find it there with a final tick of the Shadow Word. Era's not done. He's moving towards Bulba. He wants to take down the second support as well, and he will. Bulba to fall as well on the top lane. So Liquid gets Cinderin, but again, they lose 2 heroes for it.
Yeah, very, very bloody messy top lane. It is going to be Liquid who at least get themselves a couple of kills.
Look at these gods as well. Matumba Man, he's stuck down here and his TP's on cooldown. Do they come hunting for him?
Yeah,
that is the question. They've got the Hawk.
See him soon.
Oh, Matumba in a lot of trouble here. Caught behind enemy lines. He's got a Storm Hammer. He has got a God Strip if he wants to try and man up. The 3 members surrounding him, and with the roar from Kezu, Matumba Man almost certainly will fall here. Who gets the kill? It will be Koifa. More money into the Aghanim Scepter Fund. But Liquid, 3-7 down at the moment. And losing Matumba Man like that is the hero that was having the great time. He's still right up top, level with Koifa, but a lot of weight on Matumba Man to help Liquid survive through this early game and get to the point where he's going to have a real impact.
Yeah, he's still doing all right for now. He's got the Ancients being stacked. That has not been blocked off by Escape, and have got an alright lineup for being able to contest it with the Beastmaster Hawk Vision. And we talk about how just aggressive they can play early on. That's something which will time up perhaps quite nicely to make a play when the Sven goes for those Ancients.
Out towards the top again, mind control. And Bulba this time in position to contest the lane. Yapsaw, he's just hit 6. He's got that hook shot, and they're going to try and set something up with a Moonlight Shadow. Yap. Holding on to the hook, we'll see if he gets a good one. Who's he going to look for? He's going to look to lock down Bulba. Arrow comes through, it's actually going to whip though, so Bulba gets the chance to get the Grave off and the Weave. And see if he actually still goes down in the urn. Takes him down quite for just forward with the Starfall, but he's going to be punished. But Matumba Man turns up with the Godstroke and the Stormhammer, quite the knockdown. The trade to favour Liquid at the moment, as they will very happily pay the price of Bulba's life to take down Koifa.
Yeah, just cost him a little bit much. Not getting that arrow ended up being really costly, as that was the extra bit of chase that was required. And
so the top lane's not done yet. I mean, Yaptor, of course, no hook shot. Kuroki's just going to look for the standstill, hide alone in the trees. Good tether across, and Kuroki, he knows what he's doing on the old ball of light. Gets himself away from the tri-lane of Escape.
Yeah, really, really nicely played. The Beastmaster TP rotation, not finding a raw target, as Liquid were very quick to retreat and scatter and use Fog to their advantage to get out of dodge. You'll see them try and stabilize these lanes a bit, knowing that they just have to survive this part of the game. Get to that late game where Sven has his items, has his ancient stacks. Timbersaw, same story. Get your Bloodstone up and just start tanking up and getting to that scary late game state.
And you like the plan here from Miracle opting this game, of course, to go for the drums build rather than the straight Blink Rush?
Yeah, ideally, I mean, it took me a bit of a while to kind of get a feel for just how this works with the drums over the Blink. The Blink is if you're the team having to play like fast pace and you need pickoffs, then absolutely get the bat blink. But Liquid's draft isn't pickoff dependent at this stage. They're happy to kind of play a more farming tempo, play defensive and reactionary, and that's where the drums is a bit more durable.
Ooh, and down bottom, Escape Game, they're trying to make a bit of a go onto mind control. They do have hook shot available. They're going to go for it, but the reaction comes through. Nice follows with Sin those drops from mind control. He falls, but some of that turns, and with a clean damage, clears Yapsor to pieces. They're trying to back up. He's turning towards the golem, but the golem from Sin is wrecking Matuma Man. He gets healed up from Bulba. He will survive, but they've lost to Liquid. Can they find themselves anything more to make the trade a little bit better? They'll look for Quaper. He goes for the TP out. Flame Break ain't gonna do shit again. The nurse hitting Miracle hard as he will escape there, Quaper. And Escape Gaming get the trade that they were wanting there. 2 for 1. Very happily done. And meanwhile, Era continues to farm just 100 gold away from Blink Dagger and Maslada.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a 99 Escape in need of right now.
Yeah.
They've got the levels on heroes like Clockwork and Warlock. The support duo has done fine, but now we're getting to that stage where the cores have to step up and be the ones starting fights and making the plays happen. Yepsor can't do it continually by himself.
I mean, this was, you know, the relay kit comes in, they're looking to help Mind Control turn this, but Sin's ready. He's there with the golems, and immediately just wiping Mind Control, making it hard for Kuroki to stick around because of the fatal bond damage that Sin managed to land out before.
Yeah, it was a great arrow. Matu got very low there because of it. Couldn't kill the Infernal as fast as he would have liked to.
And then look at this, it's got to be painful.
Yeah.
When you knew you just can't do anything. And Koifa's free.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we were talking about it, like we didn't feel like it was a huge, it's definitely a nerf to bat, but it doesn't change how the heroes play. But a kill on the Mirana can really slow down Escape's tempo, and
Absolutely.
that's where not getting a kill like that can kind of, the little things add up very quickly in Dota when it comes down a kill on a core hero like that. So.
Top lane Era, look to reveal the blinks, he jumps in onto Mind Control, who tries to get away, but Koifa's there with a leap forward and the magical burst, more than enough to take down Mind Control. And another kill for Escape Gaming. 11 for 5, 13 minutes in. Matuma Man's farm still looking good. He's at the top level with Koifa. But in terms of the pace of the game, it certainly seems to be playing out as Escape Gaming would have hoped.
Yeah, this is going very much how they wanted their mid-game to go. They're kind of in a position where...
And look at this. Good blink crush from Era. Catches both of them out. And Kuroki and Matuma Man wiped out of the game. And as we were saying, already feeling nice for Escape Gaming, a pick-off like that, absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that sets things up nicely for them to transition and start taking some towers. Perhaps set for a later Roshan with the Slada minus armor, the Beastmaster with his attack speed. They can quickly snowball this game out of control. It's been a very even game up until the last couple of minutes, but the problem is you give Escape a small little window and they'll tear it wide open. And blow a hole in the wall as they've got a lineup that can easily punish a kill into multiple towers. The pushing power of a Beastmaster once he gets Necro 3 can be something very difficult to deal with on the side of Team Liquid.
And as we're seeing just from that last pick-off, we are at a stage still where Amplify and a Crush onto Sven, and you are wiping him with a backup of a few members within a matter of seconds. He's not the big beast that Liquid need at the stage of the game. And Escape Gaming realised that. And going for players like that, it's very hard for Liquid to punish. You know, unless Escape go on a target that's away from the IO and then IO brings it back up, maybe there's a chance for a turnaround. But at the same time, when we're seeing that, Sin's there with the Golems. And now, also something they've got to worry about, 14 minutes in, Koifa has the Aghanim's complete, so making these fights even harder for Liquid. And they're going to go for a smoke up. I believe it would have been spotted indeed by that ward. So the scan from Liquid has caught Escape Gaming. We'll see who sticks around. Koifa to remain in lane, the rest of them already backing up.
Escape used to scan himself, but didn't catch anyone.
This will be a good kill though. It takes them a bit of time, but they do get it. So they'll actually get arguably one of the best hero to find at this stage of the game.
Probably the actual best, and they were very close to seeing that rotation coming in from Liquid with their scan, but they were just slightly off to the side, so that rotation up top did get avoided being detected. So Escape will see what kind of play they can make. Doesn't look like they'll be able to defend the top tier 1 tower, and they try and pick someone off on the retreat, but you gotta be careful about timing the initiation, such that Liquid aren't ready to fight you.
Kezu, of course, with the Necros out, just going for a bit of the attack, tap down on the bottom lane, getting a decent amount of damage done to the tier 2, and indeed up top, Escape Gaming, they're looking to try and find someone on the back of this. They'll jump forward onto Matuma Man, the Golems have followed through as well, but Matuma Man might drop both incredibly tanky. They do have Bulba in the Negolith to back them up, so Mind Control, he's going to look to try and fight back into this one. Kuroki bringing a Miracle on the backside. They've dropped in, they'll look towards Yapsor as well. They'll manage to find themselves a second Liquid. They'll take down the Golem. And Escape Gaming this time round, maybe getting a little too cocky with how they feel that they can turn around these fights and get back in there with the Golem, as Liquid just absolutely wipe them.
Yeah, they missed the initiation with the Clockwork hookshot, so they had to kind of chase and overcommit a lot at the start of the fight, and just didn't end too nicely for them because of that.
Quake throwing Kezu though, quick to try and find something in return. Miracle onto the tree line, pots the drums, heads out, and it looks like he may just be okay with a flame break. And now the turnaround just back in with the lasso, bringing Quakefor in. Great plays here from Miracle as Quakefor goes down. He does get the final Starfall. That range, that seemed like it was right on the tip of the cast radius of the Starfall, but somehow he managed to find it. So he will bring down Miracle with him. Nearly brilliant plays there from Miracle, but cost him his life.
Yeah, it was good juking to start things off, but still a kill nonetheless as Escape find themselves sitting in a decent-ish position. By no means are they probably as happy as they were a couple of minutes ago. The Sven is starting to really pull away in some sense as far as not so much his net worth yet, but he's actually managed to get space to farm those ancient stacks and going to continue to do so.
I think it's Matuma Man next, who just gets the BKB against this lineup. Or can you afford to go for a bit more offensive, get a damage stick, get the crit online?
Likely you see the Blink first, but that's like your stable trio of items. The Dominator, Echo Saber, Blink, just so you have that initiation threat. And it also just guarantees you, for Sven, it's a damage item because you get on top of a hero to do the God Strength damage, so Blink is most likely a core item for him, and then after that you kind of head to your BKB or whatever it is that you decide you need.
Smoke time here from Escape Gaming as they let's go for a bit of a play. They don't have the Golem, but at the same time they could be using that to their advantage to maybe hope that Liquid is saying, alright, unlikely Escape Gaming go for a play because Golem's still on cooldown. We'll see if it works and see if Escape managed to catch anyone off guard. They look towards Matuma Man in the mid lane, jump in with a crush, they follow for Aya, but there's Kuroki there with the relocate out to the side, brings him back. Yapsa's touch coming onto the back line, but mind control. Timber trades across it all, good heals from Boba, keeping the team alive. Yapsa will be punished as well. They will lose Kuroki, but Liquid, they found themselves a double kill for mind control. Well, if they're trying to get out with the Moonlight Shadow on the sideline, and he will get out of the range of the dust. But again, Escape Gaming trying for these fights, and Liquid, they're able to turn around with their beef and come out on top.
Yeah, Liquid, again, it goes back to some of the draft problems for Escape, where damage output doesn't scale all that well going into the mid-game and into the later stages of this game in general. With small amounts from your supporting cast. The Muerta with the Axe is your main source of just general damage output. The Slaughter Amp is alright, but no amazing physical damage carry to back it up, so
Quakefor kind of drifting around in the mid lane. And Liquid, they'll jump on it, and I think they might just take this. Quakefor in a little bit of an awkward position there, hanging inside the radius of the tier 1, and apparently didn't expect Liquid to be there like that.
That's
a costly
yeah.
one.
That's going to lead to a tower at least. And not really a situation this early on where you want to be throwing any buybacks out, even though it is a tier 1 tower. Well, you'd say it's just a tier 1 tower, but it's a very important one because it's in that mid lane. It's that easier, closer access to Roche.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the net worth graph, it's still early days, but you can see exactly what's kind of gone on. You know, a 4K lead to Escape Gaming as they built it up, but suddenly they're losing these fights. And Liquid, they're getting themselves into the driver's seat. And as we said, you know, looking at the draft, it's going to be hard for Escape Gaming to come back into it if Liquid start getting their cores this far ahead.
Yeah, Liquid doing very well this last couple minute stage of the game. For Escape, they need to come back at Liquid with some big team fight. They've got the Warlock, they've got the initiation powers of Clockwork, of Slaughter, the damage output of a Muerta. A lot of AoE damage, a lot of nuke damage in general. The physical damage isn't amazing, but that's where you don't want this game dragging out. You want to go fight now. You've kind of reached this peak and keep taking engagements where possible. Even when the Warlock's down, I think it's just a scenario where they don't want this game to keep dragging.
And look at this again. Liquid, they scanned this out. They know they're coming. And they may even try and fight into this one. You know, they're grouped up by the tier 2. Escape Gaming are actually looking for action towards the mid lane. They'll scan towards the Liquid Ancients, but no one there in the moment. So Liquid are in a very good tactical position to try and get a jump into this from the side. As Escape Gaming continues to move forward, they'll get the jump in, crossing arrow onto mind control. They will burst the timber. Good start to the fight here for Escape Gaming, but they have committed the Golem. Matuma Man questioning whether he wants to go in, and he does. He jumps in straight away, but there's the reactive roar onto the Sven. Kuroki backing on Matuma Man, keeping him alive there. The jump forward, the hook jump for Yap with the relocate. Oh, the Starstorm again! These Starstorms, the second drop each and every time, doing something magical against Liquid, taking down cores like that. And Escape Gaming, they're still ready to fight. They look towards Kuroki, he turns across, but this man, he's almost certainly a dead man. A triple kill for Quakefor. And Escape Gaming just outplaying Liquid in those situations, and Quake for Starstorm at this stage of the game still proving to just be a ridiculous amount of damage to fight into for Liquid.
Yeah. And right now it's just Escape kind of playing very much together as a team when needed. They find a great pickoff on the Sven, and the supporting cast going down as well. Not too shabby for them as they managed to hold their own a little bit. Quake for coming up big when it's needed. He's now got 3.3k gold.
What does he go for with it? Is there anything that would just absolutely make these team fights? Did you go straight for the E-Blade, or do you have to go back and get the Blink?
I'd say normally you'd see the Blink by now. He hasn't bought it though, which makes me think he's not going to go for it. Otherwise, you may as well pick it up, but there's bigger item options available. You go straight into the Ethereal Blade if you're going to go for the all-in magic damage, but that's again playing... that's the thing, you kind of can be torn here. You can just play to the strength of your hero and just do what your hero does, which is nuke people down, fly around the map, be very elusive, and go for that kind of Blink Dagger into Linken's type build. Or you can say, look, let's perhaps try and cover our lineup's weaknesses by going into some more actual physical damage, but for now, Muerta not really showing all too much.
He does go, for that Blink.
Okay.
So, sticking to the ordinary. I guess he just had quite a bit of boost of a cash in that last fight, so he didn't really have the chance to spend up straight away. But now, moving into the jungle again, will be spotted out. Era looking towards Miracle, but quick fingers will allow the bat to get back. Now, Escape Gaming, as we can see, just poised incredibly aggressively in the jungle of Liquid. Liquid themselves, they are pushing out the top lane with Timmerman and Kuroki. Relocate's available if a fight does kick off in the jungle, and Liquid potentially looking for it with the smoke up. But Escape Gaming back away. Roshan's ready for the taking, and it looks like with the reveal of the Sven up towards the top lane, they're going to head into the pit, or at least try and take a fight around it. Liquid, they want to contest this. They do have to relocate. Syndra walking into this one as the jump in from Miracle grabs out the Warlock. They'll take him down, so there'll be no Golem to worry about for 40 seconds. In Liquid, they want to find more blood. They'll head over to the pit. Already Escape Gaming backing up to the high ground off their own side of the map. So Liquid won't find anything else, and they will take Timmerman back out to the top lane to continue this push and to see if they can try and find this tier 2. Which it looks to be that they will indeed, unless the TPs come through. In fact, these glitch TPs out, multiple coming through as they stack up onto Timmerman with the hook shot. He's down, not even a chance for Kuroki to try and save the boy. There was never across the creep waves, but Kuiper blinks forward. Kuroki stuck in the mist. He's going to try for a TP out. He is not going to make it though, as Yapzor with the flare takes another double kill for the support clock. And Escape Gaming, they're stepping up their game and they're keeping on par with Liquid, and now with the last few engagements they're managing to just outplay them. And even though we saw that period of the game where Liquid had 2 successful team fights, ever since that Escape Gaming seem to be a bit more ready for the plays that Liquid go for.
Yeah, it's very key that they do outfight them at this stage of the game, because if they're just going even or neutral or not team fighting well, this game will quickly spiral out of control and kind of turn into this impossible to come back from position. But yeah, Escape trading decently well, finding pickoffs here and there, and now going to try to sink themselves a Roshan.
Going to do something special there. They don't have a relocate to get the Sven in. Roshan down to less than half health. Liquid contemplating going for some sort of big play here as Mind Control steps forward. In comes the Firefly, they'll jump in. Immediately taking one out with the lasso. Era comes with the crush onto the Mind Control. They try to beat down on the Timbersaw, but it's great. Front Bowie allows it to go back. Syndra drops the Golem. Mind Control still going to be able to get out, and Syndra is down. Miracle moving forward with the Firefly on top of Kezu. Drops the Beastmaster. Quite trying to fight, but he's incredibly low. He's going to go down as well, almost certainly. Easy, one more touch would do it. Miracle can't find it. Yes, he can. But he's got the Aegis quite ready for round 2. They've already lost for Timmerman, and the Escape Gaming could look to turn this fight. Jumps forward with the crush onto Miracle. That's the bat down. Bulba's going for the TP. Is the back there? Is the back there? It's not. He needed it on the first hit. He doesn't get it. Error. But Escape Gaming, they did, but I believe they did claim the last touch onto the roast, and they got the Aegis onto Kuiper, and indeed they managed to come out on top of that last fight.
Yeah, very drawn out, long, brutal fight for both teams, as Escape still managed to maintain at least some semblance of a lead. Feels very plausible that it doesn't last all too long. All it's going to take is one fight for Escape, and suddenly you're looking at a kill or two and a lineup that can take towers and objectives very fast. But for now, they're going to be at least happy.
Ooh, not top.
They're in position.
Lillard, quite he boxed in. Mind Control was there, so it's a did punch into him, but of course on his own. Timber not enough control to keep this Muerta in place.
Oh, he's going to run into Muerta. He's going to head their own ways, keep on farming, and I think Escape want to just kind of pick up that next level of items. As much as you probably are concerned that Sven's getting big, he hasn't completely. Muerta is still out farming him by a decent margin.
He's having an absolute cracker of a game.
A game where Sven is not top of the net worth is often a bit of a concern for a Sven team. This is not a position where this hero is meant to be.
Quite he's constantly been finding these big kills onto the course. 12-4-4. 2.1k on top of bots, Aghanims, Blinker, just 26 minutes in, and yep, so he's looking for the plays here, hooks it onto Miracle. Miracle is going to take a good duration of stun to the face there, and he's down. Again, Quaitfa takes the kill. It's going to be more money in the bank of the cat lady. And 24-15, Escape Gaming looking for more blood. Mind Control will back off, but they'll skip the creeps, look to take the tier 1, and maybe even more. He is going to pick up the ultimate orb. I mean, Quaitfa at this stage, is he going for a Lincoln Sphere? What's the plan?
Or often, yeah, I'd say Lincoln's looking at this against Batrider. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's Muerta as a core is one of those heroes where you just often go for whatever utility item you need.
Oh, an error.
Wow.
I mean, this combination they've been pulling off perfectly. Mind Control may live through it. No, JK, the bash comes through again. Another back, and there's the crush. He just can't timber chain himself away. He has to kill himself, and he will be successful in the suicidal. But again, Mind Control down, losing. I mean, this man, he must be low on the Bloodstone charges. He's knocked down to 8 at the moment. They're going to lose the tier 2. Kestu now with the Blink Dagger. And Escape Gaming with real momentum. It looks like at any moment soon they could be breaking high ground. And the question is whether Matumaman's ready to deal with it. He's got the BKB. Yeah, he could try and... the damage, you could argue, still a little lacking, but just having the lockdown, just keeping this friend alive at the forefront of the fight, allowing Mind Control to run around. But Miracle, Hero's getting picked off just like this. Escape Gaming still hanging outside the base. Miracle's gone for a full minute. They're losing big cores, Liquid, and just seem unable to keep 5 members alive at any one time on the map. And Escape Gaming, they're ready to try and push into the base.
Yeah, it's just been really good team usage of the Moonlight Shadow to find these pickoffs, and it really has been like pickoff after pickoff going Escape's way. And but now they're going to regroup, perhaps consider the next Roshan and Aegis. Doesn't really feel like they're going to be able to easily break high ground at the current state of things. And even with like Beastmaster Necro 3, the damage output's getting a little bit better, but the buildings and the high ground siege just that little bit tougher.
It looks to be indeed just calming down for a bit as they do hold back Escape. Maybe look to finish some of these bigger items as Quaitfa on top of the Ultimate Orb, sitting on 2.2k gold. BKB for Error, pretty close as well. Few hundred in Love the Recipe on top of the Mythal and the Ogre Club. And of course over on the side of Liquid, Matsumaman starting to farm towards his next big item after the BKB. And looks like Miracle will be building a BKB himself. And interesting build here from Mind Control, who's actually holding 2 plate mails at the moment.
Yeah, I was seeing that, looking at, okay, what's the deal here? I mean, there's physical damage for sure on Escape's side.
Double plate mail.
Seems a bit overkill, perhaps. I mean, looking at what you can transition into, of course, the Lotus Orb, very good.
I guess, yeah, she doesn't Lotus.
Not fine. Yeah, like there's an item you can build both of those into, but it's always peculiar seeing 2 of them picked up.
Rather than finishing off one of those items.
Yeah, you could just have a full Lotus Orb or a full Shiver's Guard rather than have the double.
Still, Escape Gaming holding back for the moment being. Now they do have Error's BKB done. Maybe that'll cause a change to the situation. Level 11 on Sind. He's got the Golem ready to drop. And they do turn up for the fight. And Liquid themselves, I mean, did Liquid, you know, as we obviously said, as the game goes on, if Matumaman can step up the farm, that they should be in a better and better position. Or is there some kind of urgency from Liquid to try and catch Escape Gaming off guard so you can maybe tackle them in a situation where Escape Gaming aren't fully prepared?
It really feels like Sven has missed his timing as a hero. Normally it's that 3 item when you hit it, where you've got Helm, Echo Saber, Blink, where you want to first start fighting, but he was a little bit late to those items, and then his team just weren't ready to fight because of Escape hitting a kind of peak of their own, and then since then he's managed to get the BKB and still doesn't really feel like he's fight ready. Now he can BKB, but there's 4 staffs on multiple heroes on Escape's side, so it gets very difficult to reliably dish out damage in a team fight. Which is where he's not matching up on farm, like he's up there, but he's not pulled ahead as a Sven normally is, and he's not really able to easily dish dish out damage in a fight. Often what you'll see happen in late game fights is just no damage dealt by a strength because of the 4-stars.
See Mind Control jumps on it, just at the back of Kezia comes in onto the IO. Great elimination as he brings out Kuroki. And Mind Control with the Shadow Chrome looks to cut down another, but they've already lost Bulba. Both supports down as Escape Gaming starts to force Liquid back. Jump forward again, but Matuma Man pots the BKB, the God Strength, but he decides that he has to run here. Without the backup of Kuro and Bulba, they feel that they just cannot fight with these cores. Liquid looking to make an escape. Koifa continues to chase down Matuma Man. Yapso with the hook. The Cog's back to push Mind Control out of this one, but he just still managed to timber chain across. Looks like Mind Control will be okay. The same, maybe not be able to set from Matuma Man. One more walk rise. He just continues to run back. TP into the mid lane as Mind Control comes across. Escape Gaming won't be able to find any of the kills on the cores, but again, taking both the supports, the golems down, so they'll look to try and push down, get some damage done on this tier 2. Liquid do keep the cores alive there.
Well, Liquid proving to be a tough nut to crack here, as they are very resilient in their defense, but it's going to be a scarier and scarier Mirana as time goes on. And Escape looking to seal the deal probably around this next Roshan, perhaps.
Which we'll see the timer soon.
Minutes, yeah.
And Escape Gaming, of course, now at this period where Cinderan's Golems back on cooldown, not necessarily wanting to be looking for a fight for a good minute or so, but Liquid, they certainly will be. Full 5-man backup straight into the jungle of Escape Gaming. Seeing if they catch any stragglers, but Escape Gaming 4 down towards the bottom. Quake already heading back from that top lane.
Yeah, seems they want to fight while the rock is down, although that window getting smaller and smaller, but Liquid are on the other side of the map for once. They've got 5 heroes here. They're trying to siege the tier 2 tower and just trying to take advantage of some of those ulti cooldowns for Escape.
Interesting what Escape Gaming do here. They are going to try and make a jump in with Era. The backup comes through. Miracle will catch out Era as he brings him back, but the arrow's done onto the Matuma Man, causing issues. Down incredibly low. Will pop the God Strength and the BKB. Tries to find himself out, but in fact the last touch from the tower brings down the shred. Escape Gaming surround Mind Control. He's out of mana. Almost certainly out of luck as well. They'll continue to chase down Mind Controls on the sideline. Koifa finished off Bulba. And Escape Gaming proving how well that they can fight even at periods of the game where they don't have the golem. You know, it just requires Arrow to get a good jump in, a great follow-up arrow, allow Kezu and such to work on the backline supports, and they're pulling off these team fights perfectly.
Yeah, just great execution and team play. This is what you kind of come to expect from Escape when they're playing. A team that's very much less reliant on individual skill and more reliant on their drafts and overall strategy and playing together as a team and a unit. Not to say they don't have the individual skill to back it up, but it's not their go-to when it comes to winning games, and looks like they're going to go for that top lane of Rax now.
Tier 3, fortification will come out, but Escape Gaming remain resilient and remove it from the map. Looking to get some damage down onto the melee Rax. Liquid, they will be back in full force, and that will be enough to hold Escape Gaming back again, but Escape Gaming know that next time the fight comes around, they are going to have Cinderan's Golems to drop. And if the last one was anything to go by, they have every reason to be confident in how these team fights play out, especially with some big items around the corner. Yapzor only 400 gold away from having Aghanims on clock.
That's going to be very tricky to deal with. That low cooldown makes playing Batrider, IO, Dazzle, whatever it may be, that much more miserable when those hook shots are going to just go flying out constantly.
Let's see if Liquid can find a pick here. They need a good way of breaking up this 5-man from Escape Gaming. Eyes onto Koifa would be perfect, but he has the link. It's incredibly hard to get. They'll go for Sind instead. They'll drag him back. The Moonlight Shadow comes out, but they've got Dust. They're prepared, and they'll chop down onto the Warlock. Sind out of the fight for 50 seconds. It is a kill for Liquid, but again, what can they actually get done with this Warlock off the map? It doesn't look like a lot, because they've got to head back, they've got to defend, push back the lanes, so they won't be able to get anything active done across the map. But Escape Gaming themselves already in position to secure this Roshan, as it will respawn in a few seconds.
I mean, you see a free pick off you, it's on paper a quote-unquote win for you, but considering the time and resources invested to get it, Liquid are not going to be totally thrilled about that.
Sin back at 10, so if they head to the pit, Escape Gaming will be ready to put up quite a fight. At this stage, I feel it's going to rely on Miracle search or the jump-ins from Matuma Man to allow them to maybe just steal the Roshan, steal the Aegis, then take a good fight if they want to be able to turn it against Escape Gaming's power at this stage. As Escape Gaming, as we see, leading at the moment with the 7,500 net worth lead.
Yeah, it just seems to be getting...
Sorry, 15,000 net worth. Sorry, that's
bigger.
that was the XP that was 7.5, yeah.
No, it's...
15k lead on net worth.
Rough. They've got such good farm distribution as well. It's like a 4-position clock with 11k net worth. Syndron on the 5 roll has got over 6k, so they managed to spread some of that wealth. And
he's got a Vlad, you know that.
Okay.
Well played, Sin.
There we go, indeed. Bring up his buddy Anti-Mage to sell his.
Yeah. He's found mind control. Is he going to go in with a hook shot? He's got the blade mail out, walking the chakra. Mera coming in with a jump. Liquid have got Miracle and Bulba there with the backup. Mind control getting back. A column through Sin. It's not going to stop the Telegrave coming out. It will still be there to protect mind control for the time being. He'll chop down onto Yapzor. Eric jumps forward again with another crush onto Miracle, looking to take down the bat. One more bash will do it. Era getting himself the bat right. He turns with mind control. A quick chakram will shut down the momentum of the Slardar. Bulba being surrounded. He's going to go for the TP out. They've got anything to stop this. They do. Quaker with the arrow takes down Bulba. Gem to hit the decks. And Escape Gaming, it may have been a little bit more of a costly fight than some of the previous ones, but it's still a good one. Taking down 4, only losing the 2.
Yeah, that's really nice for them, considering how things are already going for their line to win this fight as convincingly as that one. And perhaps thinking about threatening high ground here with the Beastmaster, or they could very quickly, still a small duration left on the Infernal, but they're going to be quick about this one.
Getting the golems in. Sin and the team trying to finish off this tier 3 mind control. Will force forward, clear out the wave. So they will keep their tier 3 tower alive. Mind control doing his best to push the lanes back out, and Escape Gaming will hold back. Roshan is up though. And Escape Gaming certainly have tools to taking it down quickly with the Beastmaster and his artillery and the Amplify from Era.
Yeah, we're really seeing the power of having this Lincolns at this stage from Muerta. She can just so freely push these lanes, go very deep on the map, because the main hero with Catch is that Bat Rider. He's the one looking to blink lasso you, pull you into his team and kill him off. But because of the Moonlight Shadow, it's proving to be hard to get out on these lanes, show yourself if you're playing on Liquid side, and then they find themselves really struggling to maintain any semblance of map control as a result.
It's going to be interesting to see how this Roche fight goes down. It does really feel like this could be a chance for Liquid to take a good fight around the pit. There's no golems. For about 45 seconds until we're going to see those again. So we'll see how this plays off, see if maybe Escape Gaming hold off from fully committing until that stage, but in fact a good arrow for Quake, a good kick off the fight as they jump in, looking to burst him down, not quite enough damage. Yapzor tried to come in with the hook, but the return jumping from Matumberman onto the clock. Again though, Yap forces away, drops the clock, Kessie coming in the middle with the roar, the second one this time onto Matumberman, holding it in place. They've lost 2, Arrow comes in with a crush onto Bulba, onto mind control, bash, the Timbers down, forward to fall as well. These bashes, Harrison pulling them out from God knows where. It's a rampage for Quaifer. Again, Escape Gaming wiping Liquid. They'll walk into the pit. And, I mean, Quaifer, he really is having quite a game. 21 for 4 for 11, but it really does feel like a full-on team effort from Escape Gaming. And I don't know, about those bashes from Era, it felt like he had one every other touch.
Yeah, just take another look, see some of the key moments. The Slardar just went so big, that team fight, and it's like so nice for them. And there we go, this is Quaker. He's absolutely been beast mode this game with his Muerta. His find kills all over the place, and it's absolutely crushing. It's just rifling people down as well. It's not just about the Starstorm and the Ags, but it definitely helps.
I think there was literally 3 bashes in a row there onto the poor old Timber. Oh boy, 39 to 19. This game, there was a little bit of it must have felt like a 5-minute period where it felt like Liquid were bringing it together, but at this stage, Escape Gaming looking to be on another level with a pretty much nearly over 20,000 net worth lead. This is going to be one of those games, if Liquid can pull it back, it's going to be quite an epic, but at the moment Escape Gaming certainly not looking to give them the chance to do so.
Yeah, they've got good wave through in the Sven to keep those lanes pushed out, but Sven can only be in so many places at any given time, so...
And Dagon boys as well for quite...
More in, more damage. More damage is the way to go, don't blame him. But this game is going to remain very difficult and challenging for Liquid to turn around. no longer just about the Sven. There's a lot of heroes on Liquid side who need to get item and farm if they want to try and turn this game around. Sven's just going to get kited. He's going to have issues with his BKB getting shorter and shorter. Needs to be Timbersaw and Batrider stepping it up, making some plays happen for the team as well.
And interesting as well. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Looking in at Matumba. But Matumba man, rather than Daedalus, he is opting for the Bloodthorn with this game.
Nice item just because you look at the dire side and they're not really BKB heavy. There's a lot of heroes you can go on. You can quickly even break them around Lincolns with your stun and then Bloodthorn afterwards, although then you don't have a stun. But more likely for some of the other heroes. Heroes like Clockwork, like Mirana, Beastmaster who can roll you. You can just kind of engage with this, stun them, silence them when it ends, and just tear them apart.
It's going to be interesting to see how Liquid can hold. I mean, at the moment, obviously keeping pretty good state of their base. What's the damage? It is just, up on top they lost the ranged racks. The melee rack's still standing though, so not too much of a loss there up top. And 42 minutes in, the fact that Escape Gaming haven't managed to break a melee rack, so this is good news for Liquid. Yeah, and they do have, as you said, they've got great ways of pushing out these lanes. So for Escape Gaming to really break in, they've got to go for a full force 5-man push.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a scenario where right now it'd be putting Escape under a lot of pressure to go for some kind of risky maneuver, and I think they're kind of happy with the slower pace. They realize they're farming well across the board. So they're 2 through 4 position heroes kind of sitting on a nice 13 to 15k net worth. The Warlock himself, Sin, has a good amount of farm, so everyone's getting something on somewhere on the map. It's going to be more about what losing it. What Liquid can do when they get some of these items, like the Bloodthorn, where they can find the pickups with the Batrider.
I kind of like this as well. You look to Mind Control. He's picking up a Solar Crest, so maybe realizing we've got to throw everything on the Sven, do everything we can to allow Matumba man to work these fights out. And, at this stage, MKB, it's not going to be anywhere. So having the Solar Crest on it, but they've just gone and lost it. Oh, no! It's gone. The dream is over. No Solar Crest for you boys, as the Courier is sniped. Oh, because that would have been absolutely lovely. Yeah. Having a Solar Crest on Matumba, dropping it down on Matumba man from Mind Control, but it's not going to happen for the next 3 minutes. Damn.
And that's a little bit painful for them, as they do have the Aegis, and that was a very likely high ground push coming soon for Escape, so by losing that Courier means it's an item they're likely going to not have for defending their high ground against this Aegis ladder push. With the AC complete, the team fight of Escape gets that much more potent.
And Escape Gaming are giving Liquid a lot of respect, it seems, with this this push. They're very careful about how they pull this off. No kind of throwing bodies to chip away at the racks. They know that they've got to go in all as a team and find the perfect pickoffs. And there we have it. Yapso leads in with the hook. Barra jumps forward. He's not going to get the crush. Miracle with the BKB actually looking locked down in Kuiper, but look how tanky Kuiper is. He doesn't care. Miracle amplified up. Era comes in with a right click. They found both of them. Miracle and Bulba to fall. To roar onto the Timberman as the Golem comes through. The arrow follows in as well. Is he going to be able to live? He's been relocated out by Kuroki, but Mind Control. He is not going to stay alive. He gets the buyback. 2 down, Matumba man jumps in onto Kezi, tries to chop it in. Kezi looking to juke it out, but the chakra from Mind Control will finish off the Beastmaster. They use the fortification, quite for trying to finish off the melee racks. It's not going to happen. Mind Control just looking to chase for more. Eric jumps across, shoots it out. Chakram again, over onto Yapso. Timber Chain bringing Yapso incredibly low. Mind Control trying to work considering on the backline, but the Moonlight Shadow causing issues. No, Mind Control, he's got the dust. He's prepared for this. Takes down Sin, with the jumping onto Matumba man on the back of Matumba man's down. 75 seconds, Mind Control, the last left alive, but maybe not for long. Era, where's the bashes here? He had them earlier. Can he find them again? Ooh, no he can't. The Timber Chain will be successful, but the jumping for Kuiper with the dagger on the right clicks is a triple kill for Kuiper. Liquid all hitting the decks there. A dieback from Mind Control as he's sitting down for 80 seconds. And the top lane gets cleared out as again Escape Gaming pulling it off.
Yeah, they're just playing and team fighting so effectively. Very difficult for Liquid to start some of these fights. If you go in with the Batrider for a Blink Lasso, there's so many things you have to worry about. And there's numerous heroes which have a kind of counter-initiation tool. The Warlock can drop a rock, Clockwork can Slay Hook you, Beastmaster can roll you, Slark can Blink Crush you. So whichever hero you find with that Blink Lasso, you bet someone else is going to suddenly look to prevent you from running away or force stopping away with that hero. And Bat's had a very rough game as a result of this. We're only seeing Miracle 3-7-10 right now. Just hasn't found the openings he would have hoped to have found.
Quite. I mean, we were kind of talking about this as a group before today. We were saying, you know, star players, MVP, who do you want to put forward? And we say, you know, if he has a game, he has an absolute game. And this, you know, to be this far ahead of a Matumba man Sven, you're going to be feeling like you're on top of the world here on this Mirana.
Oh yeah, anytime you click this Sven, you're like going to be wondering, where's his items? Like, what's going on with him?
46 minutes in, it really isn't the best of states the Matumba man's been in.
Yeah, meanwhile, Mirana, you're looking at, Dagon 5 and the whole lot. Mirana is 6-slotted though, so doesn't really go... I mean, it doesn't go down after this, it doesn't go up as well. It kind of plateaus as far as how effective you can be. There's no obvious kind of item replacements as well. But there's still farm on the map, and that's just where perhaps we'll see more farm being allocated elsewhere.
Liquid will get the scan off. They know someone's here. Moonlight. Oh, Mirana quite looking to start this. Jumping onto Kets. They found the beast mark to drag him back with the Bloodthorn. Kenzu falling low. Finally goes down another crit. The jump onto the Io though again. This magical burst too much for Kuroki. Kuroki's out. Yep, so trapping them up all in the cogs. The arrow comes in. Onto Mind Control. Miracle the Grave comes up just in time. And Kenzu with the roar. Onto Matumba man. Liquid lose 3. Miracle getting bashed up by Arrow. That's going to be again another team wipe. It's too much for Liquid. They'll tap out. And Escape Gaming taking game 1 in what ends up being an absolute bloodbath, 50-22. And Koikba having what's got to be one of the best games of his life there on Mirana.
Koikba was just huge. His net worth at the end of that game was just absurd.